Hey everyone, I'm Karsten, this is Dicehead Productions, and we're digging into some Legend of the Five Rings lore. But first, a couple of disclaimers. First, I apologize if I mispronounce any names throughout this video. Second, I never got into the old L5R card game or its lore, so everything I talk about is just what I have read in the short stories released by Fantasy Flight Games and bits of my own research. Lastly, these videos are meant to be Cliff Notes style summaries of what is happening in Rokugan. If you want a more detailed glimpse into the characters themselves, I would recommend giving a few of these stories a read yourself. They are quite entertaining. Our story starts off with the death of the Emerald Champion Doji Setsume, head of the Emerald Magistrates and responsible for the protection of the Emperor himself. This death comes at an inopportune moment for the Empire, as chaos is taking hold of its 7 clans. The Crane and the Lion are in a political and military dispute over Toshi Ranbo, a city that they both feel that they have claim to. Additionally, they are also in a dispute over the Osari Plains, a land rich with resources that could aid the Crane after a recent tsunami devastated the clan's rice paddies and put strain on their ability to feed their people. The Crane clan champion, Doji Hotaru, travels to the Imperial City on the occasion of the Emerald Champion, her father's, death. Some say his death is from natural causes, others say it may have been an accident, while others yet say it is neither of those things. Hotaru finds it hard to care one way or the other. Her father was, in her eyes, a cruel man and ultimately responsible for the suicide of her mother. Her brother, Doji Kawanan, is more fond of their father, though he is currently not at the Imperial City, as he is guarding the village of Shirai in the Osari Plains. If her father was murdered, Bushido would demand justice and vengeance. Hotaru visits her adopted sister, Doji Shizue, a courtier and famed storyteller, and discusses the issues plaguing her clan and the empire as a whole. They talk of the Scorpion clan, and note how they continue to gain more and more power in the capital. Eventually, a woman shows up at Shizue's room. It is Bayushi Kachiko, the wife to Scorpion clan champion Bayushi Shoju, the primary imperial advisor, and Hotaru's secret lover. Shizue leaves, and Hotaru and Kachiko take the opportunity to have some alone time. Kachiko is considered to be the most beautiful woman in the empire. She's a seductress who has a skill with manipulating and gathering information. Kachiko asks Hotaru about her father, about if Hotaru has heard anything other than the rumors going around. If anyone else had asked, Hotaru may have thought that they were trying to cover something up or find out if a secret had been leaked. But this was Kachiko, a woman Hotaru loved. Surely she couldn't have been involved. Hotaru thinks about the increasing influence the Scorpion clan is gaining, and the fact that Kachiko's brother is a master of poisons, able to make any death seem natural. Both were fiercely loyal to Scorpion, a clan who could benefit greatly from the death of the Emerald Champion. Hotaru responds with a no, only citing the same rumors that had become commonplace. The two part ways as Hotaru ponders what has transpired. Could Kachiko and the Scorpion clan have some part in the death of her father, the Emerald Champion? After the funeral, Hotaru travels to Toshi Ranbo, where after some time a battle breaks out between the Lion and Crane clans. The Crane bolster their forces in the city, forcing the Lion to pull their warriors away from the conflict in the Osari Plains in order to successfully win back the city. A group of Lion warriors, led by Akodo Totori and Matsusuko, come to reinforce the Lion clan army, led by their current champion, Akodo Ariso. Ariso and Totori, though brothers, are completely different types of leaders. Ariso leads brashly, running into battle like a roaring lion. Totori is calm and logical, more collected than his brother, and this gets him harsh criticism from Matsusuko, Ariso's bride-to-be. Even though Totori waits quite a long time to bring his forces into the fray, his timing is deadly as he helps push the Crane forces back into the city. As the enemy forces fall back, Totori and Ariso debate whether or not to pursue them into the city and take it completely. Totori advises caution, saying that taking the city by force could spark an all-out war with the Crane, and that a siege will force a Crane surrender and save face. Suko dismisses this assertion and tells Ariso to follow his instincts, to pounce on his enemy and earn glory and honor in victory. Ariso agrees with his fiancée and signals the charge toward the city gates. The Lion clan charges forward, chasing down the retreating Crane clan army. Doji Hotaru steps out from the gate with a cluster of archers, providing covering fire for the fleeing Crane. Matsusuko follows Ariso towards the gates, praising his name and cutting down samurai after samurai on their way. She watches Hotaru as she gracefully pulls her bow, her face filled with sorrow. Hotaru releases one arrow directly into Ariso's chest, but the Lion champion continues. Hotaru regretfully releases one more arrow, this one striking Ariso through his eye. Totori, Ariso's brother, and Suko, Ariso's betrothed, watch their clan champion fall in battle. Akodo Toturi is now the Lion Clan champion. With the battle lost and her champion and husband-to-be dead, Matsusuko, daimyo of the Matsu family, demands war against the Crane. Most of the rest of the high-ranking Lion officials disagree with her, citing that the Emperor would not look onto a declaration of war kindly. But all members of the assembly look to the new champion for guidance. Akodo Toturi feels lost, being less decisive and more analytical than his dead brother. Matsusuko storms out of the assembly, ready to go to war against the Crane and Doji Hotaru herself. Eventually, the rest of the clan leaders leave Akodo Toturi to stay and think about what his next move is. He receives a letter from Doji Hotaru, offering her sympathies and calling back to the Akodo and Doji family friendship. She also asks Toturi what he plans to do next. Toturi struggles to find an answer. Hotaru killed his brother. How would he make this right? Why didn't Ariso just listen to him? Then he wouldn't have to be making these decisions for his clan. Toturi hears the voice of the spirit of his lost brother, telling him, "You think too much." Toturi shouts back at the spirit in frustration as he stews over his next move. Sometime later, Matsusuko prepares Ariso's body for burial, while a legion of lion samurai prepare themselves for war. A messenger comes for Suko, reporting that some Ronin have brought her a prisoner. She finds out that these Ronin had attacked the village of Shirei in the Osari Plains, and had captured Doji Kawanen, Doji Hotaru's brother. The Ronin tell her that the Lion Clan had hired them, and that they had slaughtered every other Crane and Crane-sympathizing peasant in the village. After killing the leader of the Ronin for their dishonorable slaughter of peasant and Crane alike, she cuts Kawanen's binds and invites him to sit in her tent with her, citing honor demanded she spare his life, for now. She is suspicious of the assertion that someone in the Lion Clan had hired those Ronin. It was very unbecoming and unlike the Lion to ask Ronin to do their dirty work. Kawanen and Suko share a moment reminiscing about Akodo Ariso. Suko asks about Kawanen's father, the Emerald Champion Doji Setsume. Kawanen shares the common belief that his sister shares, that he may have died of natural causes, but he also admits that he believes Bushido code demands something more be done about the death. At this point, Suko struggles internally with a choice. The Ronin were presumably paid from Lion coffers, but how did the Ronin know to capture Kawanen, much less bring him to her, instead of just ransoming him off to the Crane? She could kill Kawanen right now and satisfy part of her need for vengeance, or she could gather her forces and meet him on the field of battle on the Osari Plains and kill him there. Even more, she could decide to let him go and charge him to discover the real reason behind the Emerald Champion's death. Maybe all of these events have a common thread that needed a tug. This was the decision presented to the Winter Court tournament winner of the Legend of the Five Rings World Championship. Suko decides to let Kawanen go and investigate his father's death. She doesn't know who hired the Ronin, and she suspects whoever did expected her to kill Kawanen and then focus on the Osari Plains. She chooses to follow the duty to her people and hope that Kawanen is able to find whoever this enemy is that looks to stir things up between the Crane and Lion. This is only the beginning of the story for the Crane and Lion clans. The other 5 clans still play their parts in the chaos that is beginning to consume the Empire. The Crab clan suffers continuously strong attacks on the Carpenter Wall. The Dragon clan struggles to uproot a dangerous and sacrilegious cult in their midst. The Phoenix clan strains to hear the voice of the Kami and fears that dark magic may be coming to end the Empire as they know it. The Unicorn clan grapple with their identity and place in the Empire, trying to make allies while mixing the old ways with the new. And the Scorpion clan watches from the shadows, gathering information and making connections, preparing themselves for what comes next. For these perspectives and additional L5R lore, please like this video and subscribe to Dicehead Productions. Stay tuned for more.